Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, David here, and today I am here to talk about my impressions for Monark, the upcoming for you and Lancarse RPG, which is going to be published by NIS America in 2022, February for us in the West. They dropped a demo on the Japanese eShop, Japanese PlayStation Network, and I wanted to check it out because Monark looks really cool. I remember you guys voted and you wanted me to cover the game for the channel as well, so I sat down with the demo. I put 2 hours into it, more or less. I took my time with it, and it's really great. It really is. So I'm here to report and give you my opinion. I did play the PlayStation 5 version of the demo, but it's also available on the eShop if you want to try it on Switch. Well, first things first. I know a lot of people compared this game to Caligula Effect. It's coming out in the same time of the year, published by the same publisher. It seems to have more or less the same budget, so it was compared very often. And I know that in the comment sections of the trailers for Monarch, there's always someone saying, oh, this is basically Caligula 3. So this is the first thing that I want to get out of the way. It is very different in multiple aspects. I played Caligula 1 and planning on playing Caligula 2. And Monarch is very different. First things first, the first thing that I noticed that is very different from Caligula are their graphics. In terms of graphics, both Caligula and Monarch are fairly simple. They use simple models. They're not like high tier graphics or anything. They look like more or less a PS3 game. This is not a problem. This is not a problem to me, not at all. And let me compare Caligula 2 to Monarch because it's the newer game. Caligula 2 doesn't look as good as Monarch. That's the first thing that I want to say. It doesn't look as good. The overall aesthetic of the game, the graphics, they look better. The models are more fine-touched, in my opinion. If you look at like the desks and the classes, the reflections and all that stuff, it looks just better, especially the character models. That was a big gripe that I had with Caligula 1. The character models, they reworked them in the second game. They look a little bit better, but they clearly look way better in Monarch. So that's the first thing that I noticed. In terms of performance, obviously, I played the PS5 version. I pre-ordered the Switch version though, and this is the version that I will be playing. So once I have the Switch version in my hands, I'll be able to let you guys know how it runs, because this is the version that is a little bit more concerning. I'm not worried because it doesn't look like a demanding game at all, but the PS5 is just so much more powerful. There was no problems with the demo on PS5. It runs flawlessly. There's no frame drops that I could notice. The resolution looks great, doesn't seem to dip or anything like that. So once again, I'm not too worried. But now in terms of gameplay, this is the fun thing to talk about. This is what I want to talk about. First thing that I noticed while watching the trailers is what I noticed first as well when playing the demo. The art direction and especially the character designs are freaking amazing. The main character, there's a transformation that you do during battle. Obviously, it was fully Japanese. There's no English text, no nothing. So I don't understand anything in terms of story. But there's a transformation that you do, and it's the part on my thumbnail. I was blown away. The art style is really that good. When you get in a battle, the whole scene really changes. It's great. It looks freaking awesome. Very unique art direction overall. And once again, a massive plus versus Caligula, which once again is a game that I like, but it's not as great in terms of art style. Monarch looks freaking great in terms of art style. Graphics, good art style with great graphics is a win. So I'm here for it. Now, I do want to talk about the combat system, because when it comes to the combat system, first thing first, while playing it, it is turn-based. But there's placement on field and all. It's like a strategy RPG, but not a grid base. It's like a free roaming space. I don't know how to describe it, but it really reminded me of The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, a game that I tried to play last year, but that I dropped at like 20 hours in. I like the story in that game, but not the gameplay, not the combat system. And the combat system in Monarch, it seems pretty similar in some regards, but also different. I liked what I played in the demo. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it from start to finish. It's a hard combat system to explain. It is turn by turn. You move on field using there's little circles that you can see on screen right now in regards to where you can move and where you can do your attacks. Again, I liked everything that I played in my 2 hours, but it still reminds me of Trails of Cold Steel. Then I'm a little bit worried, because if it is that combat system, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not for me either. That's the thing. So I'll have to wait and see, but looks good and runs good in terms of combat too. So I'm still confident, but I'm a little careful still. I don't want to get too excited in terms of the combat for Monarch, but we'll have to wait and see. And I get this little thing for the end because this is my favorite thing about that demo, the soundtrack. Oh my god, like we heard the opening theme before and stuff, and it was great, but while you're playing, the music is fantastic, and it is extremely fitting too. Like there's this one moment in the game where there's this guy in like a white dressing, like his theme playing in the background is basically him. I don't even know him, but looking at the scene and stuff, and the theme playing in the background, it felt like super dope. I'm gonna show you guys. It's hard to explain, so just listen to it for a little second.
Kimi, 話の邪魔をするな。それに、この僕を知らないだと。
So it's just great, and it was the same thing while exploring school, while in battle, tutorial, all that stuff. The music was really fitting from what I could see at least, because I couldn't understand, and it was just freaking great. So I'm really excited for Monarch. I cannot wait to hear more. I should be able to cover the game before launch, hoping for a review code. So we'll be able to cover that here on the channel. If you played the demo, drop a comment and let me know what did you think of the Monarch demo. I'm curious to hear what was your opinion. And are you thinking about pre-ordering the game now that you played the demo? If you did, let me know. I'm curious if you enjoyed the little video impressions for Monarch. A quick thumbs up really helps. If you want to stay up to date on any type of news in terms of Atlas, Shin Megami Tensei, Persona, you're at the right place. You can subscribe and ring the notification bell. And also other JRPGs. I have some big stuff coming for you guys in the channel, and you want to be there for that. So thank you all. I appreciate the support. Have a great day, and 1 month left to go until SMT5. Let's get it. Bye.